Welcome back. Here's another video in our expedition series. This is an update on the Safari Arie cycling trip, 55,000 kilometers over 3 years. Update number 1. Hey everybody, Joe here. Another YouTube video as part of our expedition series. This one is an update on Safari Arie. Now I did a video on Arie back in, I believe it was November 12th, about the start of his 3-year bicycle trip, where he's going to go from the east coast of Newfoundland all the way across Canada, up north to Tuktoyaktuk in the Northwest Territories. And he'll be doubling back, coming down south all through Canada, down through British Columbia, through the USA, and all through Central America, all the way to the southern tip. Now that was November 12th, so I was talking to him that day, got some updates as he was actually leaving. And now we are into February. See, he's well underway. I was chatting with him the other day. He sent me a bunch of photos to put into this update video, some of his favorites so far, and he sent me a couple paragraphs with his thoughts. So I'll just put this on the slideshow, and then I'll read off what he sent, and we'll go from there. He's having a great time. So in his own words, so when I was planning and starting this bike ride, I anticipated the first 6 months through the cold to be miserable and to really suck. I never expected what actually did happen. As physically challenging as the first few days were, I got physically stronger and I adapted to the colder temperatures far better than I'd anticipated. And then, first slowly but surely, as the miles passed, I started having the most amazing interactions with the locals. Few interactions of generosity in Newfoundland, and then few more as I got into Nova Scotia, and then more and more in Prince Edward Island, until that point where I could barely keep track. Complete strangers were inviting me to sleep in their homes. You gotta remember, this is a winter trip. Complete strangers were inviting me to sleep in their homes. Restaurants were giving me complimentary meals on the house. People were handing me a few bucks here, a few bucks there. People were waving me down in their driveways and everywhere I started to go. Let me turn the page here. And everywhere I started to go, people would recognize me. I even had a woman give me the hat off of her head. Now at the moment I am averaging about half my nights sleeping in the tent and half my nights in a warm bed that someone has invited me into their homes for. The coldest I have camped so far, is minus 14 degrees Celsius. Because of the magic that has evolved into this adventure and journey, I have so far added at least an extra 1,500 kilometers just to my route through Atlantic Canada alone. So far this ride has been amazing and could not have gone any better if I'd hoped for it. So there you go. He's having a great time. He was originally planning on basically doing the Trans-Canada Highway, the major route through Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and on through New Brunswick. Basically the shortest route. And then he found he was enjoying it so much, he's been tagging on extra distance to his route. He's doubled back into Nova Scotia after being in Prince Edward Island. He wants to see everything. And he's having a great time. He's in great spirits. And the photos that he included are some of his favorites so far. Some people that have put him up for a night or two, helped him out along the way. There's a few shots of his bike in here you'll see. And all the longer trips I've done over the years, from the 6-month solo canoe trip I did in 2004 to biking across Canada in 2000, trips like that, all the big trips, the real highlight has always been the people. And Arie is finding out the exact same thing. So there you go. That's his trip so far, and in the link in the description box below, there's going to be a link to a podcast. It's an Apple podcast, so hopefully you can get that. It's a really long one, gives you great insight into who he is and what he's thinking. And there will also be a link to an article on CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, another update that they did on him just recently. I'll have that in the links below. I'll also include a link to the original video I did in the expedition series the day he started this trip, and a couple links to his social media, his Facebook page, etc. So look for that down the description box down below, and leave a few comments and tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. Alright, so thanks for watching so far. And remember, in the description box down below, I'm going to have links to Safari Arie's website, to some social media, the CBC interview and video link, various things. So check down below and you'll see a lot of good stuff there. Check it out and let me know in the comments down below what you think of all this, and we will talk to you again soon.